The idea behind the Ray House is really endless space to see as far as you can from this property, and that it's basically open shelter in a garden. Houses in California really should be about the landscapes and the views, because that's what we're offering from nature. So in this case, there was an existing house that we demolished in an existing neighborhood of the regular type of homes. And so to capitalize on this feeling, the height of the property and the vistas through the ocean, and I should say to the ocean and across the golf course and landscapes of La Jolla, and to capture the night lights twinkling, we placed an enormous curtain wall of glass with as little structure as possible. So it actually becomes a framing device for exactly what you want to see from the most strategic points. It's a windy site some days, so we wanted a courtyard to protect you from the ocean side of the house. And so we didn't want to cover up the view corridor, so the courtyard became a glass cylinder that actually looks through the living spaces and to the view, with a canopy of trees above to shield you from the sun. And the roofs are all tipped to the center, so when you're in the courtyard, the bulk of the house is greatly diminished, and you have these beautiful skyscapes and a ribbon of the roof, and the design point which it radiates is defined by a triangular projection into it, and it also masks you from the entry. So the entry sequence is you arrive at the house and you see the street facade, which is quite solid, with bold dynamic shapes, and you pass between two masses of the house, a standing cylinder and a triangle, and then of course the view is presented through the double glassed living spaces. It was a retirement home, so it needed to be barrier-free design and oversized doorways, which was terrific because the sense of space in a normal house, of course, is quite diminished. And here, the hallways really are garden walks and art galleries. So the walls are tipped so you can see the art as you pass by. You do not have to turn 90 degrees. The ceiling space is soaring towards the ocean view and gives you this exhilaration, almost movement, even though it's static. The master bedroom has two major doors opening, one sliding in and one pivoting and actually becoming the wall, so you're totally unaware that there are actually doors to the space. And also the magnitude of the ceiling is tremendous there, so you have this wonderful sense of volume, even though the floor space is not huge, but the overall feeling is lofty and airy. The materials are very organic. There's rough stone floors, natural wood cabinets, and granite. And the cabinets are designed as art. They're actually fit into the walls and defined as part of a whole object on both sides. And as you move around the house, the pocket gardens, which are numerous, almost for every room in the side yards, create cross ventilation, balance the light. So instead of in a normal house, you have a house with rooms that have a particular exposure. People will say it's a morning room, meaning that the light is beautiful in the morning and then it's worthless. But in this house, the daylight is all day long and very soft blushes of light from numerous directions, and so your eyes aren't dilating as you turn your head. So it makes it a very beautiful place to live and makes you stand taller, fights depression, makes you feel better, and this kind of feeling of the never-ending space, whether it's a material like the edge of the roof running through the site, or the glass itself, or being able to see miles and miles of California coastline. It's that feeling. It's really not the principal solids of the house. It's the negatives of the house that really make it get up and sing. And as you move from area to area, you do not feel like you're moving from confined space to confined space. It's merely never ending.